So today I wanted to make some mini honey pots using cauldrons that I got from Dollar Tree. I basically bought these from the St. Patrick's Day section. And so what I'm doing now is I'm just putting some rocks that I got from Dollar Tree at the bottom just to make it a little bit heavier so that it doesn't end up being top heavy. Next, I'm going to use some foam or foam cardboard or whatever you call it. And what I'm going to do is just I'm going to trace out a circle so that I can put it on top of the cauldron so that I can make it look like a honey pot. And I decided to use this instead of just plain cardboard or poster board or anything like that because it has like a stickiness to the bottom, like you can peel it and it's sticky at the bottom, so that way I don't have to use glue, hot glue, or anything else to get it to stick to the top of the cauldron. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut all three of them out so that I can stick them to the top of the cauldrons and then start the next step. So next I'm going to be mixing silicone caulk, some yellow paint, and some Mod Podge in a cup to make the mixture. And so now I'm just simply doing that. And be sure to mix it really, really well. Add more Mod Podge to it to get the consistency that you need, which is kind of thin but not too thin. I also forgot to hot glue all the stones to the bottom so that they don't move when I pick them up, so that's what I'm doing now. And I do want to take a moment to just thank everybody and anybody who's on here and who is watching me. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I love crafting. It's my happy place. So yeah, thank you again. And so now what I'm doing is I am just peeling off the back of this so that I can stick it to the cauldrons. And I also want to give a shout out to Cindy from Peep This Y'all. You can find her, I believe, on Facebook, but definitely on YouTube. And she is the one I got this idea to make these cauldrons from. This is not my idea. So all the credit goes to her. I did add a little bit of water to it just to make it a little more like thinner so that it can drip the way that I wanted it to. Next, I am about to finally apply the mixture to the top of the cauldrons to give it that yellow honey look. And I would advise you to take your time doing this by putting a lot in the middle and then slowly pushing it to the edge and allowing it to drip down, opposed to trying to make your own drips, because then it just becomes too much. And so if you just let gravity do its job and you just take your time doing this, it will definitely come out really, really nice. And if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow my channel. I know it's a slow process, but I get excited every time I get a new subscriber. So yeah, definitely follow me or subscribe. I appreciate you. Now, please forgive me on this next part. I think I was recording with the wrong camera. But basically what I'm doing is after I allowed that mixture to set for maybe about 24 hours or more, there are some yellow glue sticks that look like honey that you can buy on Amazon. You can get them on Temu, probably other places, but those are the only two places I know for a fact. So you can get them from there. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just going back over the yellow mixture and putting that hot glue over it to give it a more honeyed look to it, because honey doesn't look like, pudding or anything like that. It looks you can kind of see through it a little bit, that, you know what I'm saying? So, and the hot glue is perfect. But I wanted to have that yellow color underneath so that, it looks more yellow, that kind of thing, because it's a very, very light color. But it came out perfect, so I would definitely recommend this part. Definitely don't have to do this part, but if you can, I would definitely recommend it. It just makes it look so much more real, and I love that. And the very last thing that I'm doing is I'm just adding a couple of bees to the cauldron. I put a couple on top of the honey, and then I put a couple on some of the honey drips. I made 3 of these honey pots. Actually, I think I made 5 of these honey pots. and I made them all look different and had the bees facing different ways and in different spots, and they just came out way too adorable. So if you can get you some bees from like Amazon or Temu, because that's where I got mine from, it definitely makes it look way more real. So today I'm going to be creating a wreath, probably for the front door, that's shaped like a beehive. So I basically started off by getting this really pretty honeycomb fabric that I got from Dollar Tree. I think this came in a pack of like 5 or 6 different fabrics for $5. And so basically I just kind of cut out the shape of the honeycomb out of the fabric, and then I started gluing it to the wreath form so that I could attempt to get the shape of the beehive. I did use hot glue, but you can use a stronger glue if you want to, but so far the hot glue has definitely held up. And then I just went back over it and just kind of made the sides tighter so that it did resemble the shape of a beehive. And I did find this beehive reform at Dollar Tree as well. So now I decided that I wanted to take some jute string. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Some jute string that I got from Dollar Tree. And I wasn't sure if I liked it, so I did put the thicker rope on top to see how it looked, and I still wasn't sure, so I just went ahead with the smaller jute string and just went all the way around, basically where the little folds were on the original reform, or whatever you would call that. But honestly, after I finished, I just wasn't a fan of it. So I grabbed some of the thicker rope that I got from Dollar Tree as well, cut off different pieces, and then glued it onto it on the front part. And then once I glued it, all the pieces onto the front, and then I just turned it over and glued the rest of it on the back. It was just easier that way. The one thing I would have done differently is that I probably would have left more rope on the backside, because it made it a little harder to get it to stick to the reform. I had to use a ton of glue, like a ton of hot glue, just to get it to stay so that it wouldn't unravel on me. But it turned out good. Just that's the only thing that I would do differently. And I do want to take a moment to thank you guys for watching my video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. I'm new to this crafting thing. I'm new to YouTube. So I really appreciate your support. If you like any of the things that I've created so far, some of the stuff is just original. Like this one was more of an original design. And then some other stuff is I've seen in other people's channels, and I try to give them a shout out as well. But yeah, definitely follow me and thank you so much. And so one of the things I decided to decorate this beehive with was some flowers. I'm not really sure what kind of flowers these are, to be completely honest. I just grabbed things that I think is pretty, that will go with what I'm trying to do, and just make it work. So I just put it on different little areas, then I hot glued it to the wreath. And I did a yellow flower, and then on top of yellow flower, I put this pretty white and yellow flower. Again, I don't know what kind it was. And then I decided that I thought that it would be really cute with a bow somewhere on here. So I got this bee-looking ribbon from Dollar Tree as well. And so I'm trying to remember how to tie a bow. So it comes out really small, but it still works out. It came out really cute. You can see I'm struggling right here trying to figure out which way to go. I always forget. I don't make enough bows to remember, so it always takes me a minute to figure it out. But for some reason, I can always do it. Like I said, it's kind of small for this large wreath, but I think it worked out. I think it was a nice size, not too overbearing or anything like that. And then the next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to add some of my little bees. So I heard that you can get some like wooden beads from Dollar Tree. I haven't seen any in all my years of going, but you can also find some on Amazon as well, or even Temu. So now I'm going to draw a couple of little doors for the beehive, and I'm using foam type of material, and it has like a sticky, it's kind of like a sticker on the back of it. So I just started to place them on here to see where I wanted them to go. And then once I figured out exactly where I thought that they would look cute, I just peeled it and just stuck it to the reform. So that made it easy. I didn't really need anything else to get it to stay. And then after that, I took some more of that jute string, and I like to go around the door with it just to make it stand out. And so that's what I did. I just took a piece, cut it out, and then put it around the door. And I'm gonna do that with both of those. And that foam paper stuff, or whatever you call it, I'm not really sure what you call it. I don't know where I got that from. You could probably find it. You know what? I got that from Walmart. I remember. I bought that from Walmart. I'm like 99.9% sure. I'm sure you could find it. And so now I'm taking some more of those bees that I found on Temu and just placing them around on the beehive that I thought was cute. And once I place them, then I'm going to take some of the hot glue and go ahead and secure them to the reef. This was actually so much fun to make. It all came from my brain, but yeah, I thought it was too cute once I was done. And so I want to say the last thing I did was I had found some like yellow glue sticks. I think I found them on Temu, but you can definitely find them on Amazon as well. And I just kind of put the glue all over it to look like honey was dripping from the doors of the beehive. And just, gave it a little something something. It was really cute. And this here is the end result. And so I ended up hanging it up behind my dining room table that is bee-themed. I actually have a video on my channel that shows you everything that's on my dining room table, so you can always check that out. Thanks again for watching.
Today I'm going to make a bee-themed cake. It's going to look kind of like a beehive. I basically started off by taking these foam rounds that you can find at Dollar Tree, and I glued 3 of them together. And then I took some white air dry clay, added a little bit of brown, a little bit of orange, and a little bit of yellow to get this kind of honey-ish looking color. I ended up buying this mold. It's like a honeycomb mold. So I ended up buying that off of Temu, but I know you can get it from Amazon or anything like that as well. I cut it down so that it could fit on the styrofoam, and I think I glued down 4. I don't know, I said 3. And so I actually used some silicone glue so that the clay would adhere really good to the styrofoam. And so I ended up having to do a couple of different sections to cover the sides of the silicone rounds. I think I had to do maybe about 4 times using this particular mold. They might have a mold that's bigger so that you don't have to do it as many times, but this is the one I had on hand, and I think it worked out really nice. And as always, I like to take a moment just to thank you so much for watching my video, supporting me, and subscribing to my channel if you have. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. If you like anything that I create, I like to make fake bakes and honestly all kinds of stuff. So if you like anything that I make, please take a moment and subscribe to my channel. I really, really appreciate it. And so the next thing I decided to do is that I wanted to make a drip on top of the cake, like an icing drip. So I ended up using black air dry clay to make this drip, and I ended up buying this cookie cutter off of Facebook. I can't exactly remember where I got it from. I think it was Facebook. It was either Facebook or it might have been off of Etsy. I think it was Etsy. But anyways, I cut it out, I spread it out a little bit, and then I put it on top of the cake. So now what I'm going to do is I'm taking some more air dry clay and I'm going to make the top of the beehive. So at Dollar Tree last year and this year, they had these ice cream like oversized cups that you can buy. And so I ended up buying like 2 of those to make something like I think I ended up making like a cupcake flower bouquet. You could probably find that on my channel. But I ended up keeping the top part because I only needed the bottom part that looked like a ice cream cone. So I kept the top part that looked like the ice cream and just kept it in my stash. And I felt like this was like the perfect time to use it because it kind of looks like, you know, a honeycomb, or not a honeycomb, but like a beehive. So all I'm doing is taking some of the air dry clay after, you know, painting it, getting the color in it that I need, and then just kind of roll it out like a snake and then wrap it around. And so as you can see, I just kept doing it a couple of times. I was trying to keep the same thickness of each one of the snakes. And so each time all I did was just like wrap it around until I got to the very top. And I think at the very top, I just ended up making a ball to cover the very top of it. But this actually worked out perfect. I went back to Dollar Tree and I got a couple more of those ice cream oversized cups so that if I wanted to do something like this again, I would have more. And so of course I used some more of that silicone glue just to adhere the top to the rest of the cake. And now I wanted to do like a border around the bottom of the cake. So I ended up getting this silicone mold from I want to say Temu as well. I just grabbed one of them that looked like icing and just started to wrap it around the bottom of it just to give it a little something. It looked really boring, and I think you were able to see a little bit of the foam rounds at the bottom. So this was definitely a really great way to cover it up and then just give it a little something. After that, I decided that it of course needed a door because all beehives have like a little circle for a door, but I ended up making mine's a half a circle. And I just took some of the air dry clay, the black, and I flattened it, cut it up, and then put it on the front of it. And then what I did next is I took some more of the honey colored air dry clay and I rolled it into a small snake and then wrapped it around the top of it so that you could see the indent of the door much better. I also added some cute little bees that I found on Temu as well, and then finished it off with some glitter, and there we go. So today I'm going to be making another bee cake. This bee cake, however, is going to be a riser as well, or a candle holder. So you can put a candle on top once we're done, or a plant or anything. So I basically start off with some black air dry clay, and I'm cutting it into strips because it's going to go around, I want to say 4, maybe 3 or 4 foam rounds that I found at Dollar Tree. And so that's pretty much just all I'm doing, cutting them into strips and then wrapping them around the foam rounds individually instead of as one big piece. And before I get too far, I do want to thank everybody who's watching for their time. I really appreciate it. I know you could be watching anybody else, but you're watching me, so thank you for being supportive. Like I've said before, I'm new to this, so I appreciate you. So now I'm taking 2 of the Jenga blocks that you can get from Dollar Tree, and I'm hot gluing it to the bottom of each of these foam rounds so that it looks more like a layered cake, if that makes sense. And then this is actually going to be for the top. I took that mold, that honeycomb mold I got from Temu, and I used that black clay to get the indentation so that I can put that on the very top of the cake. And so now what I'm doing is making the icing. So I'm just taking some Gap lightweight spackle, and then I'm just adding some brown paint, some orange paint, and some yellow paint to get the color that I want, making sure I get the consistency that I want as well. And now I'm going to go ahead and combine everything. So I'm taking the paint or the icing and I'm putting it into a piping bath so that I can finally start piping. Like I said, this is going to be a layered cake, so I did put a little bit of icing on the outside rim, and then I stacked the next cake on there to make it look like it is a layered cake. And I'm going to just do this same thing for each layer. And right now I'm just smoothing it out with like a cake spatula thingy. I don't know what you would call it, but I got it from Dollar Tree, so you can find it too. So now I'm about to make a honey drip for the top of the cake. I am going to be using some Mod Podge, and then I'm going to be using some yellow and a little bit of red food coloring. Now, if I did this cake again, I would not add any red. If I added any red, it wouldn't even be a full drop of red food coloring because it's too much. I would do like a teeny tiny bit of red if I did red, but I probably wouldn't even put any red in there if I did this again. The color on this video comes out kind of like it looks like a honey color, but once it dries, it just looks red, and I'm not really sure why. So if you're going to try this and you're going to use food coloring, because food coloring actually does look the best, it does make it actually look like honey, but my honey looked red instead of like a golden pretty honey color once it dried. And now I'm just going to pipe a little bit of a border on the top, and then I'm going to pipe a border on the bottom, and then I'm just going to add little piping embellishments on the top and on the bottom until it looks perfect to me. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe whenever you get a chance. I believe it's in the description. I'm trying to build my page, so yeah, I appreciate you. And now I'm just adding a couple of sunflowers to the top of the cake. I'm also going to add a couple of beads to the top of the cake that I didn't show, as well as these little honeycomb pieces. But it turned out so pretty. I hope you like it. Let me know in the comments which cake you like better, this one or the beehive cake. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. K's Inspired Creations. So as you can see today, I'm going to be making a fairy garden. I started off with this mint colored tier tray that I found at Dollar Tree in the $5 section. It was for Easter, and it had two oh my gosh, this explanation is taking forever. It had bunny ears at the top, but I had my boyfriend break it off because I knew I was going to use it for something other than Easter. But I also got a whole bunch of little fairy garden stuff from Dollar Tree, like the 2 little houses, as well as a little pond, the little bench, all of the little animals like the ducks. I think think I found some little mushrooms, another little sign that I ended up putting on there. Like I said, different animals, a whole bunch of different stuff I found at Dollar Tree, and I just made my own little fairy garden. And I also used that Spanish moss that you can find at Dollar Tree. And I topped it off with a flower. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. Creations with Latara. And so today I'm going to be making some bee cake pops. So I basically started off with some air dry clay and then add a little bit of yellow paint. The air dry clay that I was using was Modelite. You can actually find it at Walmart. So I started to condition it really good. That helps with it so that it doesn't crack while drying. And then I just started to roll a couple of individual pieces into little balls. And then I found these little skewers at Dollar Tree as well. I sharpened one end of it because one end is already sharp, so that it can easily go into the styrofoam as well as easily go into the foam ball or the clay ball without messing up the structure of the circle. And as always, I want to thank you so much for watching my video. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would highly advise you to subscribe. Make lots of cute little DIYs, fake bakes, and all kinds of stuff like that. So the next thing I did is I got me some black air dry clay. This air dry clay, I want to say that I got off of Temu, and it actually works really, really well. So I basically rolled it out, flattened it, and just started cutting little tiny strips. And the purpose of this was so that with the bee, I was making the black stripes that bees normally have. So I took some of my silicone glue and a paintbrush and just wiped it all over it so that I can easily adhere the black paint or the black strips to the yellow ball to make it look like a bee. And then I also cut off like a little small part to put on the back of it so that it can look like the little stinger. And then I'm also going to cut out some little tiny circles and then just add those to the front of it, and that will be the little eyeballs. These actually came out so freaking cute. Oh my goodness. I ended up doing about 5 of them because 3 of them are supposed to go on my beehive looking cookie jar, which I believe I'll show at the end. And then the other 2 are supposed to go on my bee themed ice cream, fake bake ice creams, which I will eventually show as well, probably on a different video. So now I'm going to make their wings. So I grabbed some more of that white air dry clay, the Modelite that I talked about earlier, smoothed it out, and then I took a cookie cutter that was in the shape of a heart. And then once I got a few of those, I ended up cutting off the bottom part of the heart and just using the top as the wings. And again, I use that silicone glue to adhere the little half a heart or top part of the heart to the bee, and that made the wings. I hope you like it. Aren't they so cute? Look at that. And that's the ice cream right there. But I'm going to do a tutorial on the ice cream as well. With Latara. So today I'm going to be making some ice cream, bee themed to be exact. So I basically started off by painting these little clear bowls that I found at Dollar Tree. I think it came like 3 in a pack. So they were clear. I painted them yellow on the bottom. And then once it dried, I used some, I want to say it's called chalk paint. And then painted over the yellow with white so that you can really see the yellow. Then I grabbed some black air dry clay. This air dry clay I believe I got from Temu, and it works really great. And an ice cream mold that I also got from Temu, and just started making a whole bunch of black ice cream molds, if that makes sense. I definitely made sure that I conditioned each section of clay before putting it into the mold. That way when it dries, the clay, that way it doesn't dry and start to crack, because that's usually what happens. So I used some of my silicone glue, put it inside of the bowls, and then just started stacking my little ice cream scoops just the way that I thought would be cute. Then I had a little bit of this like orangey lemony color spackle or whipped topping left over, so I put that on top as a whipped cream. And then I'm making a honey drip. And so I used some Mod Podge, and then I also used some yellow and a really small amount of red food coloring. Mix it together, and then I'm going to end up just pouring that on top. I don't think I like the way this bowl looked with the ice cream in there, so I ended up adding just a couple more little ice cream scoops just to, I guess, make it look more symmetrical. I think it was leaning or something. I'm not really sure. And then added some more of the whipped topping. And so yeah, now I'm just adding that drip. And then I wanted to add some sprinkles, but I didn't want colorful sprinkles. I believe I only put white sprinkles. It was either white sprinkles or white and yellow sprinkles all over it. And as always want to take a moment just to thank you so much for taking time watching my videos. One of the last things I did was I added some glitter just to make it sparkle, and then those cute little bee cake pops that I made. I did already put out a tutorial on how to make those cake pops, so you can always check that out on my channel as well. Thank you so much for supporting me, and y'all have a great creations with Latara. So today I'm going to be decorating a bee themed cookie jar that I found at Goodwill. I think it's a cookie jar. So I started off finding a foam round to fit into the top of it so that it could dummy it up so that I didn't have to use too much spackle. And some of the spackle that I made for my cake and other items, I just used what was left to cover that up. And then I also took the little bee cake pops that I ended up making and put them in there as well. You can definitely find my tutorial on how I made those on my YouTube channel. I took a couple of these flowers and put them on there too, just to spruce it up a little bit. Of course, I found some bees and put those on there as well. A little bit of glitter just to make it shimmer, and it's perfect. And since I still have some of that spackle left over, I decided to go ahead and decorate this bee sign that I found at Dollar Tree with the spackle. I added some of those bees to it and then added some glitter, and that was pretty much it. They both turned out so pretty and went really well with all of my bee decor. So I hope you like it. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. I make tons of really cute DIYs as well as fake bakes. So I appreciate you for watching. Thank you so much. So I'm doing my spring decor today, so I figured I would share it with everybody. So I'm literally just getting started. I'll pull back the table so that I can do the stuff on the wall first, and then I'll push it back and do the table. So this is one of the first things that I made. It says spring is springing. I also have this cute little welcome sign. I didn't make this one though. This one I got from Dollar Tree, but I thought it was too cute, so I'm gonna put it up there as well. The other sign obviously I made, but this one I'm gonna put next to it. So I ended up making this the other day for the wall, just a little beehive. So I'm gonna put that up there too. So first thing I'm gonna put on here is the runner. I think I ended up getting this runner from, I think it's called Didi's. It's so cute. Welcome you guys, welcome. Like this fairy garden. I just thought it'd be something cute to put on here to represent spring. So next thing I'm planning on putting out, because I like to put out like my stands and then put stuff on top of it. So I ended up getting these flowers from Dollar Tree as well, but in these candle stands. But I just hot glued it to it so that if I needed to, I can take it apart. And then these I'm going to use as risers as well. So I ended up just taking another like candle holder from Dollar Tree and this like round thingy from Dollar Tree, and then I Mod Podged this on the inside to make it look more bee themed. And I ended up getting this from Dollar Tree as well. It's just a flower, but I'm gonna end up putting something on it. It's gonna be a riser and just a bee plate. This I think it's a drink that you can get from New Orleans. It's like I forget what it was called. It was called like a lemon berry, honey berry or something like that. So I ended up getting this glass from Dollar Tree. And yeah, I used resin and a couple other things to make this, but I think this came out pretty cute. Got this from Dollar Tree as well. And I just decorated the top of it just so that it could blend in with the rest of my decor. So I made these today to go with the bee theme. Pretty much, I think everything is Dollar Tree products on this. I didn't use anything from anywhere else, but this is all Dollar Tree products. So bee cakes. So I ended up making 2 bee cakes. And this is my favorite one. This is probably my favorite cake that I've made so far. So I made this one second. I like this one too. This one came out pretty good. So those are the 2 bee cakes that I made. So I don't know if anybody was on the live that day, but I basically ended up getting this from Goodwill. And so I ended up decorating the top of it just so that it can be go with the rest of my decor. So that's this piece right here. Some like chunky, well, I guess they're cookies, but like filled with cream, like cream filled cookies. And I did 3 different color creams to go with the fact that it's bee themed. So I ended up, I got these jars from Dollar Tree too. I felt like they just looked like a honeycomb. Well, not a honeycomb, but like a bee, well, I don't know, but it just looked bee themed. So I ended up making some macarons. So I made some macarons, made some bee themed, honey themed donuts or whatever. These right here. So some bee themed popcorn. So this ended up being really cute as well. I thought they came out kind of cute. Marshmallow things as well that are bee themed. So this one and then these right here. It's like a pudding, I don't even know what you would call it, like a pudding glass thingy. Bee themed obviously, but I think these turned out cute as well. They ended up really cute. I like this one. This is cute too. Thank you for the like. But yeah, bee themed ice cream. This one fell over. These bees are supposed to be cake pops. Honey jars. So one of them came out pretty good. The other one came out good as well. Let me say that they both came out good. This one looks like actual, regular honey and then this one looks more like a peach honey maybe, like a cream peach honey. So you got the regular honey, or you got like a peach honey spread, the mini honey pots. I ended up making one more honey pot. This one I didn't do too much to. I just put a little bit of resin in the inside so it didn't look empty, but this one kind of came like this. I got this from Dollar Tree like a year ago. I've been holding on to it. Ended up making these flower pots. So these like honeycomb flower pots. I'm gonna sit over here. This one. So this one actually made the flower. You can see it too good, but the little can I got from Dollar Tree, and then I ended up making the flower petals out of air dry clay. So not even like a food or anything like that. Like everything up here is pretty much desserts, full of flowers and stuff like that. But I just thought this was cute. So I'll just show the topper. So this is like a mug topper. And you can use it just as decorative or whatever, and then you can drink out of the mug or whatever, but it's just like a decorative topper thingy. So some bee themed lollipops as well. I made these little spoons. So they're supposed to be spoons with like honey inside of them, but for some reason my honey kept coming out red. So I don't know. But I ended up making these are like flower pins. So like it's like a little rain boot basically. but it's a pin as well. So like potted, like another, actually I'm not even done with this. I wanted to put some green grass at the top. But anyways, yeah, but these are pins as well. So but I ended up getting this from Dollar Tree as well. It says "Be Happy." It's like a little stepping stone, or whatever. Not big enough to be a stepping stone, but you put it in your garden. And I don't have a garden, so I wanted it to be a part of this. Because it's spring, I ended up getting these cute little mushrooms from Dollar Tree as well. I'm telling you, Dollar Tree is the best spot. So it's spring, it goes with the theme of it. I always make these little pillows. So these little pillows I got from Dollar Tree, of course, and these are tablecloths, like that you sit your food on. Not tablecloths. What do you call those? Not tablecloth, but like table mats, placemats. So these are placemats. So I ended up just opening up one of the sides of it, stuffing it with some pillows, fluff or whatever, and then so this would go on the front, on the back of my chairs, just as a cute little, thing or whatever. Ladder. I just thought it was cute, and it went with a bee theme. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I might hang it on the back of the chair or something like that, but I really don't know what I'm gonna do with it. But I thought it was cute. Right? So, what do y'all think? Like, I think it came out way too cute. Yeah, like I think it came out cute. From the wall to everything that's on the table. I might move some stuff around, but I might actually just leave it the way it is. I think I like it a little bit. You can kind of see everything. But yeah, so that's it. I'm probably going to start posting videos of a lot of the stuff that I made on my page. So if there's anything that you saw that you like and you would like to make it, more than likely the video will come out if I made it at home. If I didn't make it at home, then I don't have a video for it. But if you do like something that I don't have a video for it, just let me know and I can always recreate it and send out a video.